What's going on, Built by Bai Team? Thanks for checking out this week's bendy stretch class. I've got a really good one for you. We're going to be doing a little bit more in-depth full body stretch class today. So we're going to be in all sorts of different positions. So get ready, find a comfortable place, and let's get started. Alrighty, team. The first position that we're going to be starting off in is a tabletop position. So we're going to be on our hands and knees, and we're going to kind of turn this into a dynamic stretch. So we're going to be doing cat cow, but then we're also going to be transitioning it into a child's pose position too. So I want you to kind of find your own tempo of what feels good for you, but we're going to go ahead and start in that cat position, arching through our back. Exhale, come down into a cow position where you're able to look up as close to the ceiling as you can, creating a good stretch throughout your core. Then we're going to send it back into child's pose. Good. Back up into cat, cow, child's pose. Kind of pay attention to what area you're benefiting from. You can always wiggle through it. Always remember that stretching is not a one size fits all. Everyone's muscle makeup is different, especially when it comes to shortened, lengthened, strength, strong muscles, kind of weaker ones. So we got to pay attention to what our body is needing. So if there's a certain position within these that feels better for you that you want to wiggle around into, please go ahead and do so. Go ahead and give me one more. Push as much as you can, really rounding through your back. Go ahead and extend. Go ahead, look up as close to the ceiling as you can. Neutral position as we send it back into child's pose. Okay, same thing. We are going to be staying on our hands and knees, but we're going to work our torso in a different direction. We're going to go ahead and do a thread the needle stretch. So start on this left side. We're going to take that left hand and poke it through our right arm here. Sink our weight down. And what you can kind of do is leverage yourself back here to create a good stretch throughout those rhomboids. The rhomboids are located right around your shoulder blades, so that's typically where we want to be feeling this one. A good little hold here. And try to sink a little deeper into this one as you keep going. Go ahead, come out of that one. Same thing, sending our right arm through the left side. These are a really tough one to stretch on your own, so this is a really good stretch to do for those rhomboids. A lot of people hold tightness here just because that's where their stress will typically reside. These ones are important for posture, core stability, so much. Quick second longer here before we come out of it. Now we're going to work to our lower body here in a pigeon stretch, starting off right side, planking back with that lift. That right knee is going to tuck up through, and you're going to sink your weight down and create a good stretch throughout your piriformis, kind of that glute muscle deep in the hip. This one, I know a lot of the glute muscles will kind of want to fight back and flex on this one, but try to turn them off. Don't let any of them tighten up, squeeze. We want to create a stretch in that area. If down on your elbows is too hard, you can also hang up here on your hands. If you need a box or a pillow under your knee, that's totally fine too. We just want to focus on stretching this area. Go ahead and switch sides. Left side comes through. And find kind of What feels challenging for you? Personally, being down on my elbows is where I feel a better stretch because my left side is more flexible than my right. So be mindful of these things as we're going through the stretches so that we can keep improving together week by week. Big deep breaths here. Sink into it a little more. One big breath. Beautiful. On this one, we're going to send where hands get planted and we're going to go right into downward dog. So curl those toes under, push your weight back, and we're going to get a good stretch going on in calves, feet, hamstrings, even into your back, shoulders. This is a good one because it does activate. This is a good one because it does activate muscles and stretches them at the same time. Good. Try to get those heels close. If you need to put a bend in those knees, that's totally okay too. Kind of wiggle around into this position. Alrighty, coming out of that one. I know that one can get very, very tough, but now we're going to send it all the way down to our back here. We're going to be doing another complex movement. So we're going to be in a lumbar position. So we want our shoulder and our knee stuck to the ground. We're going to go right knee over the left leg, trying to get that right shoulder down. But with our right hand, we're also going to grab our left leg. I really had to think about that, just so we can get a good stretch going on in the calf as well there. So pull that leg into your booty. Try to get that shoulder relaxed down. And this is one that a lot of muscles might want to fight back on. So taking those big deep breaths and trying to relax into it more and more. If you're struggling to feel a stretch in the quad on this one, make sure you can always draw your knee back further and further, which will make it a little bit tougher, and even tie it into the hip flexor area a little bit more. Try to slow down your breath. Creating a good stretch in multiple areas on this one. Nice and slow, let go of that foot. Then we're going to bring our back to center, kind of let it decompress a little bit before we shift over to working on right leg. Well, honestly, so many different muscle groups. In that twisting position, left leg comes over right, left shoulder tries to get down while we're hugging this right foot into our body. You need a stretch strap because you're struggling to grab this foot. That's okay. You can just loop it around and pull it up into you. And if you don't have a stretch strap, you should get one because I think they are such a great tool to keep you moving forward with all your flexibility goals. Because again, just the more equipment and opportunity or like different stretches, I guess, you're able to keep working on your flexibility, the more committed you're going to be. Big deep breath. Try to open up, trying to get that shoulder down to the ledge. Good. Nice and slow. Let's kind of decompress that spine for a little bit. We'll kind of just do some of those windshield wipers just so our back can kind of come to a more neutral position. Beautiful. Quick out of that one, we're going to be in a seated position as we kind of work on our neck a little bit here. We're going to interlock our fingers and we're going to grab the back of our head and pull our chin down to our chest to create a good little stretch just along the back of our neck and even towards like the top of the spine here. So Pull that chin to your chest. Holding good posture. We don't want to round. That'll kind of take it out of our neck here. Soften the jaw on this one. You don't need to crank yourself into this one super far. Our neck is quite delicate, so want to make sure we're taking it easy. Keeping those hands behind our head, we want to open up into that pec opener. Try to breathe into it and open up those elbows wide, wide, wide. Beautiful. Staying on our booty here, we're going to go ahead and finish with a butterfly fold. So we're going to have the soles of our feet together. This one we really can round through our spine to just kind of help pull away some muscles and activate them in a different way. But let's take a big deep breath. Exhale, make your way down to your feet. And again, really rounding through that spine. With your breaths, try to fall deeper and deeper into it. But again, not forcing anything crazy. We don't need to leave ourselves super sore after a stretch. We just want to see what new length we can create on top of our muscles here. Give me 3 more breaths here. Pull yourself down a little bit more if that feels comfortable. Last big breath. Beautiful. Okay. Coming out of that one, I hope you're feeling great after that full body stretch. I know that's always a nice one to kind of work on different muscle groups, but really effective class here. Come back to this one regularly so you can keep working on your full body stretches that are kind of needing this. And again, being intentional and mindful about what muscles are specifically needing it for you and what sides are specifically needing it for you. If you ever have questions or concerns, please feel free to message me. I am an open resource, so I want to make sure that you have the tools that you need to keep moving you forward. I have one-on-one coaching in the First Form app for $12.99 a month. We have our free Built by Bai Facebook group, or you can always find our free stretch classes here. So like, comment, subscribe, comment, tell the whole wide world about it because it means the whole wide world to me. But so grateful for you guys. Go have a great rest of your week, and I will see you on next week's Bendy Stretch class.